All right, we got a lot to get into. Chris Jericho did not go upside down and return to WWE on their Stranger Things special edition on Netflix. And CM Punk retained the WWE World title. Someone could be leaving WWE very, very soon. Let's get into all of it. And let's get to hear from you in the comments below. Chris Jericho, yes, there was expectation, rumor, speculation that he would break the walls down and show up on Monday Night Raw. Why did we not see Chris Jericho, despite no confirmation or advertised element saying that he would be there? Obviously, surprise is the big element. People want the surprise. But Jericho, whose reported contract with AEW came up at the end of 2026, may not be out of a contract with All Elite Wrestling if you're following the wrestling world. He's been there since 2019. A lot of people speculating that he will be back in WWE in 2026, so here we are. And, well, Fightful Select is reporting that nobody within AEW has given them any indication that Jericho has completely departed the company. It's worth noting that they've also discovered he's still on their roster page. Last time he appeared on AEW television was in the spring. He dropped the Ring of Honor World title and lost to Bandito at Dynasty, and he left the Learning Tree stablemates, Big Bill and Brian Keith. And, some people saying maybe a burnout factor with Jericho and the AEW audience. So Fightful reported they had not learned of Jericho's deal being extended due to the time off. They've done that with other people, though. So what's going on here? His deal is supposed to be up through 2026. A lot of people expecting him to show up in WWE. So is it a matter of simply now just when, not if, or is it still if? Do you think Jericho couldn't return to WWE? Is there a better spot for him to return than this week's Raw in Brooklyn? Is the Royal Rumble in Riyadh? How would you have Chris Jericho return? Give me your booking in the comment below. I want to know. CM Punk is still the WWE champion, surviving Braun Breaker, surviving twice an interference from Paul Heyman, the Vision, people hitting the ring and squaring off in the Vision, Rey Mysterio and Penta and Dragon Lee fending them off, and then a nasty spell by CM Punk on the outside of the ring. This was a rough match for both Braun and CM Punk. A fun match, but a surprising ending. Punk is the winner. He won this match, and he won it clean. A lot of people thought Braun Breaker would take the title off of him. It was very 50-50. I thought it was very, very possible that CM Punk would lose the title, and I'm very concerned that he may be hurt. I hope he's okay. It was a rough match for him in Brooklyn. AJ Lee, a major update on her WWE contract. Let's dive right into it. AJ Lee seemingly not going to be a part of WWE in the same way that maybe a die-hard fan would like her to be. Yeah, all of her kind of pre-twisted craziness will only be there now and then, similar to a Roman Reigns. Sorry, I know. Many people thinking if she was there all the time that she would lift up the WWE women's division. I think there's enough talent there to hold it down. Obviously, you'd like her to be there more, but this is somebody who left the ring because of, some severe injuries and other issues. But now it seems a little bit more happier every time you see her. A more compelling story to bring her back to the ring. Do we see her at the Royal Rumble? I think that's a distinct possibility. Tommaso Ciampa, yes! Looks like he is leaving WWE. Let's get into that one. He is one of the most strong performers for WWE NXT in the black and gold era. Him and Johnny Gargano were the height of it. They got called up to the main roster, and it hasn't been as big, and it seemingly seems like a 40-year-old, but still in great shape, Tommaso Ciampa. Please stop with the ageism with wrestlers. I know so many people on the internet are doing that. He is in a great position where if he wants to leave WWE, he would become an incredibly big free agent. And reportedly, that seems to be the case, that Tommaso Ciampa is out of the picture and will leave WWE at the end of his next deal, which is probably the nicest way to leave WWE if you want to do anything with them in the future. There's just a lot of talent there, a lot of people competing for TV time. And if he's not being featured the way he would want, he kind of knows what kind of window he has to be the type of performer he wants to be. Maybe hitting the free market is the best way. And sorry to the WWE people on that tribe of the thing. There is more wrestling than WWE right now. Obviously, everyone jumps to AEW, but what's to stop him from still being under the WWE banner and doing something with TNA? That's a distinct possibility. There's a lot of options here. New Japan is there. AAA is there. There's a lot of stuff he can still do and still be quite friendly with WWE and come back. Other people have done this. So I don't blame him, though. He wasn't moving the world in his position. Fun tag team with him and Johnny Gargano, but I get it. Vince McMahon, could he possibly return to WWE? Yeah, let's go into that story, a significant one. This is from Wrestling Observer News. Yeah, Dave Meltzer reporting on the entire issue with recent kind of revelations of how the entire deal went down to sell WWE to TKO. That also involved the exit of Vince McMahon and his involvement in that deal and his involvement after he reportedly left WWE. So yeah, it gets kind of crazy. Meltzer saying the lawsuit, so descriptively horrible, the one that is against him, the SA lawsuit involving a former employee and all that misconduct, you may be aware of it. He said the lawsuit was so descriptively horrible, it scared off sponsors and made Endeavor, that is TKO's parent company, William Morris Endeavor, say you've got to go, which he did. Meltzer then added that he felt that Vince could be gone forever, but if the lawsuit was to come down and simmer down, maybe there's a possibility for him to return, saying they're probably waiting for the lawsuit to go away and then maybe bring him back. That was the playbook. Now, that doesn't mean the lawsuit goes away. There's still so many factors to this. It's been years. Also, Vince has launched an entertainment company. He's done some other things outside of WWE. He sold a lot of his stock, which makes me, question all of this. If he was still owning on to stock and he came back in, he would have a lot more weight in the company. The fact that he sold, if almost all of his stock at this point, that's where I'm like, I'm 50. I'll believe it when I see it type scenario. I'm not denying Big Papa Dave Meltzer, but I'll believe it when I see it. The trailer for the new season of WWE Unreal on Netflix just dropped. Let's go there. Yeah, Paul Heyman featured in this, kind of talking about how they kept the business kayfabe, but obviously this show breaks kayfabe. Everyone's saying that Unreal as a Netflix series season 1 revealed too much. What are you doing? You're following podcasts, you're watching all these things that reveal the business, and now you're mad that something reveals the business with wrestling. I kind of found that made my head spin. But the storylines in this new season will focus on Rollins faking that knee injury in the lead up to SummerSlam. Naomi kind of talks about her controversial WWE exit before this run, and they talk to Jelly Roll and how he as a celebrity got involved in a big match at SummerSlam. I'm into good documentaries. I didn't mind a lot of the things in season 1. I do think maybe they pulled back a little bit too much, like how they put a match together. I don't need to see that specifically. Just me. Just my take. Big names advertised for the upcoming Saturday night's main event. According to Images Online for the ticket links advertising for you to buy tickets to the upcoming Saturday night's main event card, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Tiffany Stratton, and Jade Cargill are all advertised for the show. So obviously both of them are world champions at this point. Now, obviously by the time I'm recording this, maybe Cody Rhodes and CM Punk are not the world champions. But I could see 2 world title matches, maybe Punk and Cody tag teaming against someone they're going to fight for the titles before then. So it's in 20 days' time. So a very tough window there, right on top of everything with Royal Rumble. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think they need to do on Saturday night's main event to make it a big show but not take too much away from Royal Rumble? Would love to know your take on that. Eric Bischoff is saying something very interesting about Randy Orton. Let's cover that. Eric Bischoff on his podcast, 83 Weeks, with Conrad Thompson. Yes, the podfather himself, Conrad Thompson, says that Randy Orton deserves a retirement tour just like the one John Cena got. And guess what? I think when you have so many people retiring at the same time, maybe that could feel played out. Sadly, just perception becomes reality, and people say, oh, was this retirement tour as good as someone else's? We just had Hiroshi Tanahashi have a huge send-off in Japan in a huge way. Just a massive send-off for him in front of a huge crowd. I think for Randy Orton, if you could do that for him in his hometown of St. Louis, in a major city like Chicago or New York or LA, that would be really cool. I think it's the big show send-off. I know everyone didn't like the way John Cena's final match ended, but I do think WWE presented that show as a tribute to him in a gravitas way. It was a bigger deal. Randy Orton 100% deserves that. Maybe they even do it on a premium live event. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.